Have you ever looked at a woman and thought you finally understood her, only to realize later you were completely wrong? Why does she say, "I'm fine," when she's clearly not? Why does she tell you, "I miss you," but her actions don't match her words? Psychology says those little contradictions aren't random at all, they're clues. And here's the mystery most men never solve: a woman can laugh with you, text you, even kiss you, and still not love you. But when she truly does, her behavior changes in ways she can't even control. The question is, do you know how to spot it? Because once you do, you'll see the difference between temporary attention and real, undeniable love. And wait until you hear the fifth sign, because it's the one almost every man runs away from, even though it's the ultimate proof she's all in. Now, let's dive into the hidden psychology most men never learn until it's too late. She nurtures you without being asked. Sounds simple, right? But here's what psychology tells us. When a woman falls in love, her brain floods with oxytocin, the hormone of bonding and care. This isn't about gender roles or old-fashioned ideas. This is instinct. A woman who loves you doesn't wait for you to ask for help. She notices before you say a word. She sees the dark circles under your eyes before you mention being tired. She remembers the small details, your favorite tea, the exact way you like your eggs, the little rituals that make you feel human after a long day. Think about this. Has she ever brought you coffee in the morning without you saying a thing? Has she ever checked in about how your meeting went, even when you forgot you told her about it? That's not random. That's emotional investment. Because here's the truth, she won't do this for just anyone. If you're just a placeholder in her life, she won't interrupt her day, she won't bend her routine, she won't sacrifice her time. But for the man she loves, her care becomes instinctive. Quiet, consistent, invisible to the outside world, but undeniable when you see it. And if you've ever experienced it, you know it feels different. But that's only the beginning. Want to know how deep her feelings go? Don't just look at how she treats you in front of you, look at what she says when you're not there. This is where the psychology gets interesting. Most men think love is about how a woman behaves around them. But researchers have found that loyalty reveals itself most when you're not even in the room. Ask yourself, when your name comes up in conversation, does she defend you or stay silent? If her friends tease you, does she laugh along, or does she shut it down? A woman who doesn't truly care will let others disrespect you. She'll stay neutral. She'll even allow subtle gossip to pass. But a woman in love, she becomes your invisible sword. She'll defend your name as if it were her own. She'll correct people, she'll protect your reputation, she'll light up when your name is mentioned. Psychologists call this identity fusion. When your success, your image, your very name becomes part of her own identity. That's why her loyalty is so fierce. Because in her mind, protecting you is protecting herself. And brother, that's not casual affection, that's love on a different level. But here's something most men miss. Love doesn't wait for the official label. You think exclusivity begins when you both agree to call it a relationship. Wrong. Psychology says that when a woman truly loves you, she emotionally commits before the conversation ever happens. She starts ignoring other men. She pulls away from friends who had hidden intentions. She declines invitations that would cause tension. And here's the kicker, she doesn't do it because you asked. She does it because in her heart, you already are her man. You'll see it in her social media too. She won't broadcast thirst traps. She won't give energy to guys sliding into her DMs. She'll become more private, more protective, more intentional. Why? Because when a woman loves, she starts to guard the bond like it's fragile glass. And she knows, protecting love is more important than flaunting attention. So, don't just look at the label. Look at the behavior before the title. If she's already living like she's yours before you ever said the words, that's real. But let's go even deeper. One of the strongest signs of love is how she adapts to your world without losing herself. Picture this: you're obsessed with late-night workouts. She doesn't complain about the timing, she just learns to adjust to your post-gym calls. You're building a business and can't text every few hours. She doesn't nag. She gives you space, while quietly showing up in ways that prove she's still there. She learns your routines, your mentors' names, even the struggles you fight silently. But here's the key: she doesn't abandon herself in the process. She doesn't lose her own passions, her voice, her identity. Instead, she weaves her life into yours without erasing who she is. Psychologists call this mutual adaptation. It's not submission. It's not control. It's harmony, and let me tell you, this is rare. A woman who adapts without disappearing isn't looking for a man to escape with. She's looking for a man she can build with. That's why when you see it, you know, this is more than romance. This is alignment. And now we reach the sign most men are terrified of, but it's the clearest proof of love you'll ever find. She sees your darkness and stays anyway. Here's what psychologists know: most relationships are built on highlight reels. The charm, the ambition, the smiles, the success. But true intimacy isn't proven when you're shining, it's proven when you're breaking, when life collapses. When you doubt yourself. When you admit the mistake you've been carrying for years. Most women will step back. They'll judge, they'll withdraw, or they'll weaponize your vulnerability later. But a woman in love, she'll stay. She'll listen without trying to fix. She'll hold your silence as carefully as your words. And she'll never make you feel unworthy just because you're imperfect. In fact, her respect for you will grow. Because to her, vulnerability isn't weakness. It's trust. You took off the armor for her, and her alone. Psychologists call this secure attachment. And it's rare. So if she stays in the storm without running, know this: that's not just love. That's devotion. And finally, the last piece. The one that ties all the signs together. When a woman truly loves you, she anchors herself to you. She doesn't drift. She doesn't float away when things get tough. She becomes steady, grounding, consistent. The storms may come, life may shake, but she remains. And that's the thing about real love: it isn't loud, it isn't always glamorous. But it's unshakable. Words can lie. Smiles can fake. But her actions? They never do. So, here's my challenge to you. Stop decoding texts, stop overanalyzing emojis, stop guessing at her words. Watch her actions. Because psychology proves this. Her real love shows up in what she does when she thinks nobody's paying attention. If this resonated with you, if you've ever had a woman who grounded you like this, or you're waiting for one who will, drop the word anchor in the comments right now.